to look at life after death, or the dead are not dead. According to African traditional religion, Africans do believe that people do not die, but they believe that people just change from a particular world into another one. That's why in Buganda here people are given a title of Omugenzi. Omugenzi is a person who is a traveler. So to them, they believe that a person, actually it is the body that dies, but the spirit remains. That's why in African traditional religion, even if a person is dead, that person is respected and is given respect like a person who is still living. And sometimes there are some rituals they perform to show that these people are still existing, and therefore there is a need to respect their presence and even to acknowledge them. For instance, there are some things that here in Buganda people do during the funeral day. For example, that time when someone is dead, there are some rituals they perform. If, for example, if someone dies, for example, your father or someone, mostly the father or mother, the Baganda normally tie something in the waist of the child or the children, and that thing is given a title called the amafuvu. So they are tied in the waist to actually, in most cases, to differentiate you from other people. When someone just looks at you, just that person can easily identify that this person is the son to the deceased person. So Omugenzi is the name, title given to a person who is dead, which means a traveler or one who undertook a journey. So when one dies here in African traditional society or in Buganda, is given a title Omugenzi, Agenze. So other societies they use another words. So what is the difference between African traditional societies? Is the way we do things. The way Baganda do their things is not the same as Banyankore, is not the same as Basoga, is not the same as Batoro, is not the same as Batesa and etc. We do things differently. However, we may have some uniqueness somewhere, but the way we do things is different. But still, at the same time, we are always looking at this. We are targeting the same goals. So we have a lot of rituals that they perform when someone is dead to show that this person is not totally dead. And even we have ways people remember the dead in the African tradition. We have many ways people remember their deceased. Others, they clean their graves. Others, they give their names to the new generation. Others, they give their names to they make monuments. Others, they use name their, actually they use their names, they can name different roads. Others, they can even name buildings using the names of the deceased. So they have many ways they remember the dead. Even it is the same in the modern world. Today people do the same things. They copied and now they paste what they copied in African tradition. What the people did in ancient, it is what they still do in the modern. Though things they do in the modern is now somehow, things have just changed a little bit. But the way people remember the dead in ATR, it is the same people remember the dead today. People nowadays, they go and clear the graveyards of the deceased, a sign that they still remember them. And someone gives the birth and he points at a name of someone who is dead, says, now my son, you have been given a name of this person because of the good things that person did for you or for the family or for the society. So each society has got such things, though we may do them differently or at different moments. So we want to see how the belief in life after death influenced the social lives of the African people. So when Africans knew that the dead are not dead, how did this influence their life? How did this influence the way they were doing things? So one, because of Africans knowing that the dead are not dead, there is life after death, it made many of them to bury the dead with the decency. In African traditional religion or setting, we are not even allowed to speak ill about someone who is dead, even if that person was a thief. You are not allowed to come at the funeral and say person A and B was a thief, person A and B was corrupt, we normally speak good words on them. Even if you know that person murdered your son or daughter, you are not allowed in African tradition to speak the bad things, because they know very well that that person, the body is dead here, but the spirit, and they believe that if you don't speak good things on the spirit may come back and make something wrong on your side. So it's better to speak good things, because the spirit is always listening. So another thing that African traditional believe that there is a life after death, there is the way it influences them too. People tried to live in harmony with others. So people are afraid to live in harmonious type of life with their neighbors, with their family members, with their friends, and it's because they know, I will die today, but there is another life tomorrow. So how will it be when we meet in another world? So let us behave good here, and also behave in the same way when we meet in another world. So they believe that there is another world after this. So because of that belief, people have tried to live harmoniously. Another one, it made people try their best to live morally upright in the society. Because of the belief that there is life after death, people have tried to keep their morals. They have tried to live morally upright in the society. They have tried not to misbehave in the society, because they know tomorrow there is another world where we shall meet. So other religions have said, they have done some writings trying to point out that there is life after death, there is judgment. So Africans also believe that there is this life here, and then there is another life after here. So another one, people cared for the sick and elderly people. Yes, some people go and visit. People do charity. They go and visit the sick, they give them comfort, they go and they do some laundry for them, they go and actually they help them in different works, such that they can even clear themselves their images in another world. So they believed that even if someone is dead, that spirit is still there. But how will I face judgment when I die? So for me to prepare my good image even in the second world, I have to work hard, I have to behave well, I have to respect elders, I have to listen to my elders, I have to do good things when I'm still alive. So that's how life after death influenced Africans to live harmonious life, to do something good, to work hard, and so on and so forth, to prepare for the next life. Let's look at the things that Africans do to prevent spirits from attacking them or causing harm to the people in the society in general. There are a number of things that Africans do to prevent spirits from attacking the society, and the following are some of the things that Africans do in African traditional society or religion to prevent spirits from harming the society. So Africans, they perform certain rituals during and before the burial. There are different societies, and the different societies do different things during that time of burying someone. For instance, here in Uganda, they normally bury someone with something. For instance, they may bury someone with a coin, they may bury someone with a needle, they may bury someone with something. They believe that this spirit, if you give it something, if you bury someone with something, that thing will make that spirit busy in the grave, not to come back and harm the living. So societies, people believe that for them to avoid being disturbed by the spirits, they bury them with some things. Yes, someone can be buried with a baton, someone can be buried with a razor blade, someone can be buried with a knife, to make that they believe that that spirit will be busy doing something in the grave, not to come back to disturb the living. Another one, protective medicine was applied on the people. So if someone died, there was protective medicine that was applied on people's bodies in the form of cuts or wearing some things. For instance, I told you that if someone dies here in Buganda, they normally tie some things in the waist of the children, Mama Fufu, and they normally mix some herbs, someone bathe those herbs to show that the spirits have been left behind. Even they have this ritual of getting coffee, you throw it two behind, two in front. All those things are done to show that the spirits should not come to harm you. Some societies, sometimes certain medicines were put besides the grave or besides the body inside the grave to prevent him or her to come back, the spirit, to prevent the spirit from coming back. They used to put some medicine either behind the body or in the hands of the body, anything, anywhere, to prevent the spirit from coming back. In some societies, such as the Baganda of Uganda, central Uganda here, last funeral rites were organized to send off the spirit of the deceased officially. The Baganda calls that thing Olumbe. Hey, Babi Olumbe in the Buganda here, whereby they put even the successor, the hair of the deceased person. Even they have the rituals they perform that they are trying to send out the spirit totally. Officially it is sent out. So they have several rituals that they perform. Sacrifices and offerings were offered to the departed as a way of pleasing them, even to make them feel that they are not isolated or they are not left out. Actually, to make them feel that they are still living. So the Africans had different ways of protecting themselves from spirits of the dead. Some built houses in the form of shrines for the spirits to settle, to come and sleep there. That's why Baganda believe, and other religions, people do things in different ways. Some people someone may plant a tree when that tree is specifically for the spirits to come and settle there. That's why you can find a tree in a society and they say that tree you can't cut it down. People have tried it but they have failed. Why? They believe that there are spirits residing within that tree. So they build for them shrines and other places of residence where they can come and rest from. Another one, regular monitoring of and cleaning of the graveyards. People go and visit the graveyards and they clean them. They dig, remove grasses, such that they can show the dead that, yeah, we are still here, we are cleaning. That's why they believe that if you don't clean the graveyards, that spirit even can come at night and tells you something. Please come and clean me. My house is dirty. So Baganda people believe that if you go and visit those places, you clean the graveyards. It is one way of chasing away the spirits. Not only in Baganda, but majority, or even all societies, but the way we do things is different. So those are some of the ways people chase away demons.